Hey guys, it's Hayes with CheatSheetPros.com. Today's the 29th of December, and I told you I was going to be off this week, so I was going to try to put up a lot of content. So now we are going to go over some player props and same game parlays. So I built one today that I really like, and I want to show you how I do it using the prop tool tab on the cheat sheet. Now, as always, if you guys are new to Cheat Sheet Pros, we post all of these sheets for free on Thursdays in our free Facebook group. The link is in the description. Or if you want the premium sheets, we post them daily. NBA is also posted in the morning and updated again about 90 minutes before lock. These cover player props, prize picks, sports betting, and daily fantasy. You can see over here we got a lot of fantasy projections, player labels. We have all of our advanced DVP stats, tiers. If you're on DK, we have our bet tab, and I love the game schedules that we pulled in this year. I posted a video of the 4 best NBA bets today earlier. Here's another props tab if you want to go through and click through and look at some of these games. You can also pick all these different stats to look at the players side by side. And on price picks, as always, you can sort by streak, hit percentage for last 5, last 10, and then the last 10 game logs. So anyways, that's my spiel. But today we're going to focus on this prop tool tab. I posted a video earlier in the week to show you kind of what I did and how I build my player prop parlay. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one today in case you missed the first one or if you just enjoyed it. So the first thing I'm going to do is click in here, little caret comes in, scroll up, we're going to start at the top, we're going to roll down, and I'm going to highlight some players that we can look at. So typically the first thing I do is I go through the betting side and figure out which games I like to be over, under, if there's a side I like, and then if there's a player prop, I'm usually going to go with a game that's I project to go over, etc., etc. So I'm just going to go through here and kind of flag some players that we can take a look at that are in our player prop parlay. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you it on the screen. I saved it as a screenshot to bring it up since I can't open up DraftKings and do the SGP stuff. So this first game, Indy Cleveland. If you watch my sports betting video, I think this is going to be a low scoring game, so I don't really want a lot in it. But the one thing I'm doing is I'm scrolling right here. And specifically this column, I want to see green versus red. Now what that is, that's a quick look at the last 4 games versus the current projection. So here we can see Halliburton. This would jump up. So he's projected for 18 points, but over the last 4, he's averaging 47. Well, we can quickly look at these game logs and see, well, he had a 43-point game and a 12-point game. So it is just an average. He's kind of all over the place. So I don't really like that one, but that's kind of what we're going to use to pick players out. So let's flip over to a game that we do like. So Charlotte and OKC, we got LaMelo and Shai. These are the top 2 scorers on the team. This is all green. So we're going to look at LaMelo's points, rebounds, assists, and PRA. And then over here for Shai, when I'm looking at this, I'm glancing at these 4 numbers right here. Well, his rebounds and assists, they're decent, but they're consistent with what his projection is and his last 4 average. So there's not a big advantage for me to do points and assist or points and rebounds or points, rebounds, and assist. I mean, you can, but he's not really doing anything spectacular. But the points we see, he's projected at 27. He's averaging 33.5, and you can see he's been pretty solid. 28, 44, 27, 35. Had a night off or they didn't play, 35 and 27. So typically, he's 25 or more points when he's on the floor, and that's kind of a safe number. So since he's averaging so many more points than what his current projection is, I would want to attack his points prop, not his points and rebounds or points, rebounds, assists, etc., etc. So Shai points is the first one we're going to look at. LaMelo, we do the same thing. We come over here, we look at these stats. Now his assists are about the same. Looking across here, I kind of like how he has 4 and 7, but he also has 8 and 12. So if you add the points, rebounds, assists, you can get some big numbers in there. But I like his rebounds because they're consistent. 10, 7, 8, 11. And then here he just had 5, 5, 2. But the last 4, he's really been picking up a lot of rebounds. So if you want to do points and rebounds or do points, rebounds, assist, I wouldn't mind it. Points, rebounds, assist, he's averaging 5 over his current projection. He's putting up about 41, and he's averaging, or his projection is 36. So I'm typically going to stick with his points here. LaMelo's a scorer, and he's usually 20 plus points. He's projected at 21. He's averaging 24. And you can see in every one of these games, he's had over 20 points. So that's one of the props I'm going to look at. And I just noticed this. If you want to look at his 3-point prop, look at this. 2, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 7. That would be a good one to kind of look in there. Or if you do take his points prop, take over, 2.5 threes or 3.5, whatever it is, if you want to get some more juice in there. Blocks and steals are stuff I've been toying with, but only with certain players. And again, it's really risky. Another player, so a wild card if you want to bring him in, is Jalen Williams. Now, what I liked about this when I was doing my research is he's projected for 31 minutes. He's averaged 31 minutes, and across the board in each of his last 6 games, he's played at least 30 minutes. So he's on the floor. It's not one of these 15 to 20 minute players that we're worried about. And when we look here at the numbers, his PRA is over, his assists a little under, rebounds are plus 0.5, and points are over. So any one of these numbers that you wanted to go with would be pretty solid. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the player prop parlay because I forgot which one of these I picked. So right here we've got the OKC game. LaMelo, 20 points. He's done that in several straight games. Shy, 25 plus points. And then I went with Jalen Williams, points and rebounds. Now the reason I did that is you see points and rebounds are both green. His assist is red. So his assist, he's not really doing a lot. 3, 3, 1, 4. So if you did a PRA and he has 1 assist, that's going to hurt you a little bit. And the odds of him going to 6 are, he really hasn't done it. He's got 1 game of 4, 1 game of 6, everything else. So I like going points and rebounds. And this is one that you could even max out. So if you look at the last 4 games, he's got 24, 18, 19, 20. So he on DK, this is one of those ones I was telling you where it jumps by 2 and the odds get big quick. I didn't have it pulled up, but I went with 14. 14 to me is a safe number, and that's something I put in there to get it to at least the plus 100, which is great for our parlay. And so he's been over. Well, he's been getting there in just points alone pretty much, and so the rebounds are just an extra bonus. So for that leg, we're going to go Melo, 20 points, Shy, 25 points, Jalen Williams, points and rebounds, and that leg is going to be plus 100. You can even put a unit on that straight up. That's typically what I do. I looked at PJ Washington. You can see here when we're looking at these 4, his points prop, he's averaging 17.8. He's been doing really well the last 4 games, but the odds just weren't there on DK. I didn't like the number that they put it at. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like 12 or 14 plus, was like minus something ridiculous. So I didn't like that. And these other guys, you can see there's a lot of red in there, so I didn't see anything that jumped out at me. No player that's been hot right now. But we know Melo and Shy, they're the top 2 scorers. They're going to be on the floor the most. They're going to take the most shots. So I'm going to go with them, and my one wild card guy is going to be Jalen Williams. I'm also going to look at him in DFS because I think he might be a decent value as much as he's playing. So flipping down here, I'm going to go ahead and show you this leg, and then we're going to talk about it. This one I also bet straight up. That's why I put a check there. This one pays plus 450, so 4.5 to 1. We got Siakam, 25 points, Morant, 25 points, and then my wild card is going to be Brandon Clark, points and rebounds, over 16. That paid really good, so I kind of bumped these from 20 to 25 to get a little better payday because I wanted to juice it up because I did this whole thing here, and it's 20 to 1 plus 2,000, so I put a free bet I had on there, so I wanted to put a little bit more risk in there. So Siakam, look at this. I mean, he's absolutely killing it. He's projected for 25 points. He's averaging 38 over the last 4 games. He's got 36, 26, 52, 38, 27. I mean, he's lights out right now. Now, Van Vliet's the guy that could eat into him, but he really hasn't been doing anything. He pumped up here with a 28-point game, but you can see on that same 12-21 game, and that's why I like having the dates here, Siakam put up 52. So between them, I mean, that's ridiculous. At 80 points, that's insane. So Siakam has been the most consistent so far, so I do like him for his points prop. And instead of going 20, taking a big juice, I jumped to 25. I'm going to take a shot there. As far as rebounds and assists, you could go PRA. I didn't really like it. It's, averaged out. His points are where the advantage is, and I had better odds, so I took the points over 25. John Morant, he's a little bit more risky, and the reason is he's starting to pick it up. 3 of the last 4 games here, he's got 34, 36, and 35 points, so he's doing really well. But he had this 28-minute, 12-point game here against Phoenix, and then here he had a 16-minute, 6-point game. So I don't know what happened in these games. I'm not going to take the time to look because I don't have enough money invested in this. But that's something that does worry me. But with 3 of the last 4 games being over 30, and you can see here, he's pretty much a pure scorer. He does contribute a few rebounds. His assists have been really good. So if you wanted to look at his assist prop and split that in there, wouldn't mind that either. But I'm going to go with points. It's easier for me to track, and I like the odds on it. So we took Ja Morant over 25 points as well. I believe that, yeah. Siakam 25, Morant 25. And that alone, I think, was like plus 185 or something, just those 2. And I'm like, that's not a bad bet. You only need to win that like 37, 38% of the time. My wild card here, I was flipping down. Dillon Brooks, you can see there's a bunch of red. He's averaging way less than what he's projected for, so I didn't like that. Nunneby, I debated, but again, he's kind of up and down. He's been doing well these last 3 games, but I'd rather save him for DFS. Van Vliet hasn't really been consistent yet, so I'm not going to dive into that. 23 minutes, 38, 40, 40. So I'm going to lay off of him for now. But the wild card that I'm going to go with is going to be, where'd he go? Here we go, Brandon Clark. So this is the guy we're going to take a look at. Now, the first thing is when I was scrolling and I saw this, we see a bunch of greens, so that's good. He's plus on points. He's plus on rebounds. Assist, he doesn't really do much of those, so not worried about that. But PRA, still plus 4. So he's someone I wanted to take a look at. He only plays about 20 minutes a game. He played 16 2 nights ago, and then 27, 21, 16, 19, 15. So he does have a floor of 15, 16 minutes, but then he can get up around 21 to 27 minutes. And last game he played 16, so I wouldn't project another 16 game. Hopefully he can get over 20. But he's done really well when he's on the floor. Now his points are pretty consistent. 8, 9, 10, 10, 12, 11. He had one fluke game there for 24. But typically we'll say 8 to 10 points is where he's usually at. Rebounds, though, I love this. Look at this. He has a floor 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8, 10. In the last 3 games, he's got 10, 7, and 8. Now, these low-minute games are what I want to look at here. So here he played 16 minutes on the 20th. That was my birthday. And he ended up points and rebounds, 15. And then here, points and rebounds in 15 minutes, he ended up with 18. So 15 to 18 is kind of the floor I'm going to give him for if he didn't get a lot of minutes. But even 16 minutes that he played a couple nights ago, he had 8 and 8 for 16 points and rebounds. So he's done really well. And there he's got 16 again. Then he's got the big game. So typically 15, 16 is kind of where he's at. So I went ahead and took Brandon Clark 16 plus points and rebounds. So you can see he got it last time in 16 minutes. He fell 1 short here in 16 minutes. And he fell he got it there in 15 minutes. So on his low minute games, he's right at that 14, 15, 16 number. And the reason I went with 16 is, like I said, this was a free bet. It paid 20 to 1. I wanted to get a little bit more risk in there. But if you did not want to take that risk and just go Siakam, Morant, you could do that as well. I'm going to go a little bit heavier, though, and I think he can get there because he's at 16 there, over 16, 1 under, over. So he's been over it in 4 of the last 5 games, and he was over there. So something I think he can do. So that is the other leg that I put in there, and that leg again is plus 450. And then this last game, the Clipper game, I had a bunch in here that I was adding, but then it was just the payouts on it were just getting stupid. So I went ahead and narrowed it down. So Tatum, he's your number 1 guy. You can see here, last 4, he's plus 12. He's projected for 25 points, as he is almost every game. He's averaging 37.5. Look at this. 38, 41, 30, 41, 31, 44. I mean, that's just ridiculous. He is absolutely tearing it up right now. And so we took him over 25 points, or 24.5, so 25 plus is a win. That was pretty good. And then Paul George, we did points and assist, 25. And so over here, what I liked about that is his rebounds, you could see we were negative, but points we were plus, and assist we were plus. So I went with the points and assist. And what I loved about this leg is you got really good odds at 25, and you can see here he's 28, well over 28, 26, 30. So he's kind of getting over that. You could even go 30 plus and get better odds, but I really like the 25 plus points and assist. With Tatum 25 points for minus 110, that was a pretty good leg. So I put the 450, the 100, the 110 together, and I came up with this, which is plus 2,000 or 20 to 1. Again, your risky spots are going to be Brandon Clark points and rebounds due to minutes, and he's usually hovering around that number. And then your Jalen Williams points and rebounds, because he's usually hovering around that number. But all the other games, even if you wanted to kick those two out and run with the other ones, it's still going to pay pretty good. If you want some additional ones, some games I didn't make it in here. One is the Knicks-Spurs game. I think this game's going to go over. I talked about that in the sports betting video. Julius Randle's been on absolute fire. He's someone I was going to look at his points. Look at these last 4 games, 29, 35, 29, 30. And then his rebounds, 18, 8, 12, 13. I mean, he's a great guy to put in there. Now, Jalen Brunson should play tonight. He's still questionable. But Randall's been doing really good. Who else do I have here? Sochan is another guy we talked about the other day. The day I posted the article or the video and had him in there, he missed, which I think was this game. And then I went ahead and bet him PRA the next game, and he jumped back up to 29. And I think that was like plus 280. And you can see he's at 21, 38, 26. I had him here. He only ended up with 14. That's fine. He took the shots. He just didn't make them. And then he came back with a 29 ball. But he's another PRA guy that's doing really well that you could put in there. Look at his PRA. Last 4-game average, he's plus 10.9 over his projection. So you can get really good odds with him there. And he's someone I might play with today. One of these guys was ruled out. I don't know which one. I was eating lunch when it came through. But something to keep an eye on. So I'd probably do like a Randall, maybe a Brunson, and then Sochan or whatever his name is. And then over here, this Dallas game, this is another one that I really like. So Luka, you know, he's always plus. So he's averaging 41.8 points over the last 4 games. He's projected at 31. He's coming off at 60-point massive game. 2 games before that, he had a 50-burger. So his ceiling's enormous. Excuse me. So he's someone that I do like. Jalen Green, Kevin Porter, the same one, you know. Jalen Green's cooled off a little bit. He's kind of getting in that +2 range. He's pretty consistent. Porter's been the hot guy that we were on last time we wrote it up. And I think he ended up with 22 or 36. I don't remember which day that was. But 31, 36 in 2 of the last 4 games. So Kevin Porter's pretty hot right now. Flipping down through the rest of these, my wild card, if we made it to this game, I was going to do like a great big parlay that would pay, you know, 200 to 1, but tailed off with the one that I showed you because I preferred it, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He's been doing really well. He's plus his PRA. He's projected at 25. He's been averaging almost 30. He did have a down game last time, and I don't know what in the world happened. He didn't score any points, but he still had 9 rebounds, so his rebounds has been the most consistent with 9, 11, 8, and 12 over the last 4 games. But if you wanted to go as PRA, he's got the number to go really high. Look at this. He's projected at 25, so his odds are probably going to be somewhere in that 20 to 28 range, but 42, 34, 31, he's got the ability to get real high as well. So anyways, I hope you guys like the sheet. I love this new props tool. Typically, I update it about 4:30. I'll spend 30 minutes, put in some same-game parlays, use bonuses, and it's been a blast. So anyways, it's 53 degrees here. No, it's 64 degrees now. So we've got some nice weather. So I'm going to go back outside. Have a good day.